Happy Monday morning. Welcome to the Closers Cafe. It's Monday, October 20th, and it's going to be a short session today, but I had something that came from one of my EXP agents, relatively new to our organization, that I thought I would answer for her here and share for everyone's benefit, because it also has it's also applicable to me right now. And so I'll get into that in a minute. But again, welcome to the Closers Cafe. Probably a 30 to 40 minute live stream this morning, tops. I have to then head out for a settlement that might be a little messy. I'm hoping it isn't, but time will tell. My kids are also off today, so navigating all of that and trying to hit some hit the golf course with my with Cole, my 16-year-old son, because this might be the last day for quite a while that we could do that. Anyway, that's not why you're here. You're here for strategies for generating more conversations, more contracts, and closings. And I've got one for you today that that you can all rip off and duplicate where applicable. Do me a huge favor in the comments. Give me one win from the weekend and one action item, one thing you will do today, you're going to do today to grow your business, to either create more conversations or more contract opportunities, right? And not the result, but what is the action you're going to take to make that happen, okay? What is the action you're going to take? Bear with me 1 minute here for me to get this shared on in our various Facebook groups as well. And I'm going to get rolling here in a minute. And the topic, and I'll share in a minute, I'll share the exact email, was basically, I have a client who's looking for land. How can I find that client more opportunities than what is available in the MLS? Okay. This is a question that came in from Joan on my team, or she's not part of my team technically. She's in my EXP organization. James brought her on board, James Brown in Colorado. And I'm going to share this way. So I'm going to read Joan's exact email to me, and then I'm just going to dig right into the answer. I have a land buyer. Can you send over the process you took to find landowners interested in selling? Okay. So I'm going to share at least two. Actually, I'm going to share three strategies, two of which are pretty, call it ho-hum, and all of you can do for free. One of which you need a paid resource, and it's one that I use all the time and I recommend, and I'll share with you what that is when we get to that. I'm going to start with the two free strategies. So free strategy number one is go in your MLS and find the expired land listings that fit the criteria of the client. Okay, so I'm going to go and search for land, and I'm going to bring up, so Steve is my real estate client who's looking for land. And Steve is a client that I picked up from Cold Outreach, which is one of, in the description above or below this video, it's one of the three big buckets that I outline for creating more conversations to get more contracts and ultimately more closings. He came from Cold Outreach. I now have his 2-unit under contract. We're settling. We just had to move settlement because the buyer's doing a 1031 exchange. But that's settling soon. I have a parcel of his land that we listed and is under contract, and that settles at the end of the month. He has referred me another potential client, and he wants to take some of the proceeds from these closings, from selling these, to buy some more land. Okay. So there's a couple of parcels that he had sent me that sort of fit the bill of what he's looking for. And I don't know why I hadn't thought of this, but Saturday morning I said, hey, Steve, not sure why I didn't say this sooner, but if you let me know what you're looking for, number of acres, what counties, etc., I can go direct to the owners to see if we can find a deal for you off market. Okay. So, and his criteria was 10 to 20 acres, wooded, possibly with water, 500 to 5,000 to 8,000 per acre, less than 2-hour radius from home. You know about the ones I looked at, and he told me, because there was a couple of properties he told me. So now I have at least enough ammunition where I can, number one, see if we can find any expired. So I'm going to go expired listings, and I don't want to just do 180 days. I want to go like I want to go 2,000 days, right? I'm going to go way back here. I want to go way back, and I'm going to go Bedford County, and let me look here. I'm going to pull up a county map of PA. So he lives, how do I get this? I want this full screen. Open image in new tab. Here we go. Well, that's not full screen, but whatever. So, okay. So Bedford, Fulton, Huntington, Blair, Center, Clinton. So I'm gonna do a bunch of these here. He lives here. Snyder, Union. Actually, instead of doing that, I'm actually gonna do this. I'm gonna do a map search. I'm going to do a map search, and I'm just going to draw a polygon. Okay. Freehand polygon. Oh, whoops. No, I don't want that. That's literally freehand. Okay. So here, I'm going to go way up here, way over here. Okay. And this is just, again, this is for illustration purposes, but it's at least gives an idea of one strategy. So I've got the areas. He wants 10 to 20 acres. So that takes me down to 174. And the price per acre, he wants 5 to 8. Does that work? That did work. Look at that. So I've got 27 properties that are now expired that I could, there's two strategies here. I could, and maybe I do both. I could reach out to the listing agent to see if they have any idea whatever happened with that. And I might start with that to see, because it's possible it has since sold. Maybe it had expired and the listing agent was able to renew it. And, and it has since sold as a different MLS number. There could be any number of things. But this one right here. This one right here could be a good one. Okay, but the point of me doing this is to show you how you can find potential deals for your seller, and instead of relying, for your client, for your buyer, instead of relying on just what's in the MLS, like actually put in the work to create real value for your client. So right there, I've got 27. Either I could directly reach out to the homeowner, or I can reach out to the listing agent. The other big benefit of reaching out to the listing agent is maybe they have others, or they know of others, or they've got a pocket listing, right? If they've got one, they might have others. So that's actually what I'm going to do. And so I've got 27 that I'm going to reach out to later today. It won't be later today. It'll be tomorrow, because I got, for whatever reason, we got the kids home. That's free strategy number one. Free strategy numero 20. I'm going to go to Zillow, and I'm going to start with one county that that I know is a fit. Then I'm going to click outside of that. I zoomed out, and I'm going to click outside of that county, and I'm going to go a little bit this way. And for whatever reason, it's defaulted to sold right now for me. I'm going to change it to for sale, and then I'm going to change it home type. And I just want lots and land. And I want only owner posted. So I'm deselecting everything except for owner posted. And lot size, I want, why can't I choose 10 to 20 acres? Well, that's weird. I don't want, I guess I got to go no min, no max. And okay, hold on. 20 is the max. Oh, it was because there was, anyway, there's 10 to 20. Apply. Well, that's wild. There's none. There's one in Maryland. I don't know. He might be interested in that. Oh, no. That's way more than 5 to 10,000 per acre, per acre. So for whatever reason, there are none available for sale by owner that fit on Zillow, but that strategy does work. And we've used this strategy a ton to find typical for sale by owner, even, actual single family homes, townhomes, etc. Okay. So, at least to give you an idea. Now, the last strategy is where we can get very proactive in identifying truly off-market properties and really, number one, create real additional potential solutions for your client, for your your real estate client who's looking to buy some land, and also create other opportunities as well, because when you do this outreach to these owners, you're going to ask other questions. They may have other properties they want to look to sell, or maybe they're looking for something. The more conversations we have, the more contract opportunities we can generate. So for this last strategy, you're going to use a tool, a data provider called PropStream. And if you use the link in the chat, which the link should also be in the description, but it's growwithjosh.com/PS for PropStream. growwithjosh.com/PS for PropStream. When you use that link, you can sign up for a free trial. And when you sign up for the free trial, make sure you email me, or you can even text me right there. You can text me. That way I can get you some free marketing credits and hook you up with some other resources with this. This data provider, I use this all the time for a bunch of different use cases. But once you get set up, I'm going to log in. Okay. Log in. Here we go. I don't know why it's saying that. Proceed. And here we go. And I'm going to start with that same county that I started with on Zillow. I'm going to go Bedford County. And now I'm going to the filters. So first and foremost, we want it to be vacant land. And the lot size, now we have to do some math here, because the lot size is in square footage. So I'm going to say 10 acres into square feet. Should be like 40, yeah. Okay. And then I need, put that there. And then I need 20 acres. Here we go. Okay. So now there are 1,093 properties that are vacant land in that county. That is actually shocking to me, if I'm being honest. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go owner information, individual. I want individually owned. It just makes it easier to reach them, and they are more likely to, like I would just say that they're more predisposed to a conversation. I'm going to look for properties that have been owned for, well, let's start with at least 5 years. And then I also, anytime I do that, I want to include unknown sales dates. Okay, so that's 852. That's still a lot. I'm going to go 10,000. I'm sorry, 10 years. So 787. Now watch this. Watch this. This is still a pretty big list. It's going to be, and this is just one county. And quite honestly, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like there's potentially 11 counties that I could do this search for that he would entertain properties in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to deselect vacant land there. And what I'm going to select it here. Okay. I'm going to select all here. That gets me 805. And then I'm going to go tax delinquent. Now I've got, this is good. This is good. Please pay attention here. I've got 49 properties in this county, in Bedford County, that are 10 to 20 acres, that are individually owned, that have been owned for 10 plus years, and are delinquent on taxes. That's a good list. That's a good list. So good, in fact, I kind of want to bump it up a little bit. So I'm going to go and I'm going to see what happens when I change this back to 5. 52. I'm going to leave it at 5. I've got 52 properties that I can reach out to for Steve. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through, how am I on time? Okay. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to save all. Okay. So I'm selecting all. I'm going to go actions, save, create new. I'm going to call this Steve W. Vacant land tax del list. And you just need to call it whatever you want. But now that I have the criteria set, knowing that he's looking in multiple counties, which this could be the case, it could be multiple counties, it could be multiple cities, it could be multiple zip codes. Meaning, like, don't get lost in the very specific use case that I'm detailing here. I want you to see the bigger picture of how you can so strategically reach out, do cold outbound, do cold outreach on behalf of clients to create more opportunities in your business. Okay. All right. So we did Bedford. Let's do Fulton. Fulton County. Where's Fulton County, PA? There we go. There are 0. Okay. It's a small county. It's also very rural. It's possible that it's not even reporting. It's all good. No big deal. I'm not even going to worry about it. Now I'm going to go Huntington. $12. Here we go. I'm going to select all. I'm going to save. I'm going to find my list. Steve. Boom. Blair County. Blair County. I'm just going through. I'm building the list. And then I'll show you once I've got that list. There's 4 of them there. Not a lot, but whatever. We're making progress here. I actually don't want it to be a massive, massive list because then I can't really do the outreach. It makes it like hard to do the outreach. I'm going to go, he lives in Perry County, so we should include Perry. $12 of them in Perry. Save that. Juniata. None. Interesting. Okay. Mifflin County. None. Interesting. Okay. Tells me that probably the reporting isn't happening correctly there, but whatever. I don't need a bazillion opportunities. I just need the right ones. Here's one in Center County. I'm going to just add that to the list. Save that. Word over some of my other counties here. We'll go Snyder and Union. Snyder and Union and Northumberland. So I'll go Snyder. What I'd really like to get to is a list of about 100, and I'm pretty short of that currently. I'm probably in the 70s at most, but we'll see. Snyder, what was the next one? Union. There it is. Ooh, 11, okay, all right. Okay, and Clearfield. Clearfield. 3, okay. Grab those. Let me see here. I'm almost done, and then we're going to do the next steps here. I'll go Northumberland. I'll try Franklin. Somerset might be a little too far. Maybe not. I'm going to try. Oh, Clinton. I'll do Clinton. Clinton County. Okay, 15 of them. I'm going to get a nice targeted list here in the end. And then I'll talk through what I'm going to do to get phone numbers and email addresses and what all marketing steps I could, or will take to see who of these owners would consider selling to my client, Steve. Nothing in Northumberland. What about Franklin? There's one. Grab that. And were there any other counties here? Did I do Blair? I think I did Blair. Northumberland, Clinton, Clearfield. Did I do Somerset? Can't remember. Let me see if I did Somerset. I don't think I did Somerset. Okay, there were none anyway. Okay, well, this is a good enough list for now. So now, if I go to my properties and I go to marketing lists, because this is now a saved list for me, I just want to see how many, what the lead count is. There's 113. Perfect. Perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to skip tracing because I want email and phone data for these properties. Whoops. Wrong Steve. I'm going to find Steve's list here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so I've got 113. I'm going to add the selected. I select all. I'm going to hit done. I'm going to check re-skip trace because I may have skip traced them before. And so I've got 113 selected. Now, the cost for me for this is $0 because I have a $27 add-on that I pay for that gives me 25,000 records I can skip trace every month for free. If you don't add that on, which is totally fine, it's 12 cents per record. So in this case, for 113 records, it would be $13.56 at most. At most. I'm going to place the order and hit accept. And a couple of things here. When this order is done skip tracing, I will get a list that has phone numbers and email addresses for the landowners and their physical mailing address, because this is vacant land. So none of them, like, we're not going to mail the direct mail piece to the vacant land. So where we're going to send mail to, because that's one of the one of the things that we'll send to those to see who might be interested in selling. It will also give you which phone numbers are on the do not call list on the DNC. So it scrubs against the DNC and the known litigators list, and I'm not going to reach out to those, okay? I don't want to get myself in hot water, okay? And it'll give me emails. And so here's what the marketing looks like beyond that. Actually, yeah, here's what I'll do. Here's what it looks like beyond that. for those of you that want to deep dive, go to the free Skool community. There's a link in the description. Go and join our free Skool community. Go to Classroom, go to Replays, and watch the 7/9, July 9th, 2025 mastermind. I had to put it in there because because I was sharing emails and phone numbers and so forth, not intentionally. YouTube ripped it down. That process that is shown in there is the process that I will use. And so I will text the phone numbers, the cell phone numbers that aren't on the DNC list. I will email all available emails, or I'll try anyway. And I will send a postcard to all of the owners. The message is effectively the same for all of them. Would you consider selling your vacant land at, and whatever identifier we can use, it might be the street or the road that it's on. It might be in, would you consider selling your vacant land in blank county? That would be another way that we could do it. I might do it that way now that I think about it. So would you consider selling your vacant land in Clinton County to a private client of mine? His name is Steve, and we haven't found him we haven't, there aren't many parcels like yours available for sale right now, or something like that. I'll have to figure out that piece of it. But having that additional identifier makes it more relevant and real and congruent and seem more, like it's, actually relevant and real. Like we actually have a private client. It's not bait and switch, right? And when those conversations start to occur, and they will occur, if they're not interested, don't let it die there. Okay? So they say not interested. Do you have any other vacant land or properties that you would consider selling right now? Number one, nope, nothing else. Okay, great. Are you looking to add to your portfolio? So don't leave it die there. Every conversation is an opportunity to uncover more opportunity. So unfortunately, I got to keep it short and sweet today because I have to head out for a settlement here soon. I had some wild conversations around this this settlement this weekend that I can't share, other than you just never know what you're going to hear and what you will experience in this business, right? Well, here's what I'll tell you. I had a seller literally verbally, what's the word I'm looking for? One of my sellers was effectively, she was sharing premeditated breaking the law. Like she was pretty much telling me she was going to break the law if her daughter didn't comply. And I was like, I don't know why you're telling me this. You're literally, admitting, or you're admitting in advance to the fact that you are willing to commit a felony. That's what it is. What she was. So anyway, so that should be interesting. I'll report back as to how that went later today. Tomorrow, two things I'm going to dive into. Number one, I'm going to create a retargeting ad on Meta that I'm going to say that every single one of you, if you want more listings, need to create this ad. Okay. And I'm going to do it in a way that you can take it and rip off and duplicate it for yourself. That's what I'm going to do first. And then second, I'm going to do a whole bunch of dispo, meaning I'm going to call a whole bunch of buyers, active buyers, to see if we can get some transactions in the works. So that's what's coming up. I should be live every day this week for varying lengths of time. And we have our mastermind, our Wednesday mastermind, 11 a.m. Eastern. If you missed last week's replay, you can also check out that replay in the Skool community, the 10:15 replay. It was with my guy, Jay Kinder. And if you would like to explore how you can partner with us and we can help you close more deals by taking away a lot of the heavy lifting and the sort of stuff that most of us hate doing, the tech setup and the tech overwhelm, etc., you should check that out at buildwithjosh.com. Build with Josh. Whoop, right there. A couple other updates. We have some massive upgrades and updates and upgrades to the web apps that my buddy Sean has been working on. We have one that I believe will help a bunch of you if you are trying to convert more for sale by owners and expireds into listings. And we've had massive upgrades to swipe4leads.com. Swipe the number 4leads.com. So thanks for checking this out. If you haven't already, and no one has, please comment below one win from the weekend and one action item you're committing to take, to implement today to grow your business, whether you're live here with me or watching after the fact. And look forward to seeing everybody back here tomorrow morning. Should be fun.